Yeah. We kind of went out for a minute. Come on back in, Joe. Come on back in. Word up. This Wi-Fi thing, you know, it's kind of crazy. But hopefully Joe will come back in. We continue this conversation because it's too early in the game. We got so much to talk about. So y'all come on back in here. Joe, if you're still out there, baby, let's continue this conversation. Word up. Meanwhile, betweenwhile, we gonna lean back and do all that great stuff. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
We waiting for it. Let's go.
Kobe been blessed his whole career, man. Let's just be honest. How he got Paul Gasol over there, that was the biggest highway robbery move ever. Come on, bro. Nigga had Bynum and Paul Gasol.
Bynum was nice at one point.
What?
Okay, we back, Joe. We back.
Yeah, alby, man. I remember performing that song every day at the Rucker.
Yo, this is like one of my favorites, man. And you know, what used to tickle me is like when I go out of state and I see, you know, the other nationalities leaning back, you know, little blonde hair, blue-eyed kids, you know, rocking off the Fat Joe joint. And I just laugh. You understand? I'm like, yo,
you know what? I got to shout out. I got to shout out the 40 and over crew, who are now definitely the 50 and over crew. And, you know, them boys was loyal to the park. Richie Parker's mother was always out there. It's just everybody, man. The lady who used to sell the coquitos out there, you know, everybody out there was just one big family, you know? And rest in peace, Greg Marius. I mean, you know, the stuff him and Gus was doing out there for the people out there in Harlem. You know, I know it's hard to maintain with all. You think about it. They had to be like psychiatrists for like 1,000 people. You know, that shit hard. You know, because you the boss of some shit. Everybody got 15 players on the team, coaches. Everybody got something to say. You got to keep. That's hard, man.
Right. And what a lot of people don't know, Joe, that, you know, when Greg was in the hospital and right before he passed away, you was there. You was supported. And, you know, Cheryl Marius, she may be watching a program. And the Merriest family, they definitely appreciate the love you showed, man. And, you know, we had quite a few guys come through, but you...
I appreciate him as a man. And so what I'm into, Alby, is men. In a poor sense, when men who goes through anything in life and they survive and they have morals and principles. And the thing about Greg, if we skip all the way to the blackout, where we had the game against Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z had Steve Stout. He had a lot of powerful influences. And the truth was, they forfeited the game. And we were in the park, Terror Squad, for like 4 hours with Steph, Mulberry, Zach, everybody in there waiting for them. They never came in the park. So when we walked out the park, people thought because they was in power, there would have been another game or whatever. But he went by the rules and said, yo, it's a forfeit. You know what I'm saying? They never came. Joe and them stood 4 hours. Forfeit time is only 15 minutes. We stood 4 hours. They didn't come. We walked out. And so when he gave us that chip, that let me know the type of man he was. Because I know he had Jay-Z there, Reebok, Steve Stout. You know, it was a lot of money involved, a lot of power. You know, Jay-Z coming in there with Beyonce, OG Juan. And so morally, he let me know that day, he's a man's man. He's about his morals and principles. And so when he asked me to go to the hospital to see him, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. To this day, it bothers me. It was one of the saddest things I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? A man so powerful like Greg and You know, he used to ride his bike through Harlem, and he's an entrepreneur, businessman ahead of his time. And to go, I went to the hospital, and they had the whole church around him. The ladies with the purple dresses and the hats, and they was like really praying on him, working. And I was like, damn, man, like, you know, Greg about to go. And, you know, I remember leaving there, and like it always been, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's always been, you know, EBC, the Rucker, Harlem, has always been a giant family to me. So, you know, it was normal for me to show up. And normal for me to say peace to everybody in the hallway and be like, and they knew, you know, Joey's one of us. You know, Joey been here. Joey was in here for 9, 10 years with us every fucking day, you know, at the park. So it's only right that we saluted him the right way.
Right. And, you know, the families on there, they definitely appreciate what you're saying. And, you know, I mean, actually, this is something that I wanted to mention you behind the scenes, but, you know, we're in the process of doing the Greg Marius story, EBC, Tango and Cash story. And, you know, I definitely got to involve you. So, you know, I don't want to kill the program right now by being down, you know, but.
You know, you guys was the highlight of my life. You know, you guys was the highlight of my life. You know, I used to go home and emulate y'all. And
wow.
My wife would be like, so I'll be talking to myself. I'll be like, no bueno. No bueno. I'll be like, I think that was handled with everything. You know, such and such is in the building. Is in the building. And I be talking like that to myself around the house all day. My wife be like, yo, bro, can you fucking stop? And it's so addictive, man. And you guys, you gave me life for like, you know, 9, 10 years. You know, it was a big deal for me to be out there. And I made so many bonds, and, you know, me and A Butterstill family and Kareem Reed and Tony Rosa finally started Instagram, and I'm following them. And it's like, you know, we got like a sorority, shout out Bingo and all the coaches that, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not going to lie to you, and it sounds fucked up, and it sounds bad, but the one chip I lost, I really to this day feel like I got robbed for that chip. No bullshit. I think I got 7 chips at EBC. No, because I went back and took another one. So when I went to the hospital, Greg said, Joe, promise me you're going to come and put a team. So after he passed away, I put a team out there, and we won the chip again.
Right.
Recently. So as a favor to Greg. And but the one chip we lost, I got robbed. I don't know who that coach was, but I know him. I don't know his name. And I remember when he beat me because they called a bunch of fouls with like 8 seconds left, and we was up by 4. Oh. I felt like we got jerked. And even the crowd, they wanted me to lose so bad. You know, you was on the sideline. So they were like, yo, these guys win all the time. It's almost like the Kobe Bryant effect, to where when I lost, I didn't see them like, oh, he lost. They looked like, damn, he lost like that. And so I had to wait a whole year to get my revenge. And then we faced them in the chip again. And when we won, I said some pretty terrible things to that guy on the microphone in front of the Rucker. And I always said to myself, this guy, he must hate Fat Joe for life, because I went bad. And you know me, I used to go bad. Like,
I remember.
I grabbed the mic and go bad in the middle of the crowd. Yo, Trey, you talking about one-liners? I be in the middle of the Rucker. Yo, this shit crazy. But, you know, that's who I am. That's what my personality is, man.
But, you know something? Your all-time favorite announcer is my main man, Hannibal. Like, Hannibal. Yo, touch on your man. Yo, Joe, touch on Hannibal. Let's talk about him, man.
Wow. Hannibal was like I tell you, he would go no bueno. He said, Beyonce kissed me right here, boy. She kissed me in this cheek right here, boy. I ain't got to lie. I'll show you the tapes. I ain't got to lie, boy. That was his claim to fame. That Jay-Z brought Beyonce one day and she kissed him hello walking in the rucker. And every fucking game for life, he would be in the middle of the game. You know, this is the famous cheek. This is where Beyonce kissed me right here, boy.
Right.
And he would ask somebody in the crowd. He'd be like, yo, Juju with the white teeth. Did she not kiss me on this cheek, boy? And it's like, and then Booby, he would harass the crowd. And Booby would get into it with the crowd and chase the girls around talking that shit. And and so the whole shit was it was a beautiful vibe. It's us. You know what I'm saying? It's our DNA, it's our soul. You know what I'm saying? So when I get into like, you know, believe it or not, sometimes people be questioning, you know, they be like, why Fat Joe Spanish and he could say nigga or he could say this or he could, and I don't think they know what kind of cloth I'm cut from or where I come from. You know what I'm saying? To really know me. And then we got millennials and new people who don't understand that, you know, they've been calling me the N-word since I'm 2 years old. Out of love.
Right.
Out of love. What's up, nigga, little Joey? This since I'm 2 years old. And so they don't realize. And so that's offensive to me. Like when people question me, I get offended. I'm like, yo, you know what?
Right.
You know where I cut. You know what I'm from. What I've been. What I represent. I don't think they understand that. You know, not too many. There's so many people we know make it out the hood, and we never see these people again. We never see these people again. And so when you see Fat Joe, he's so accessible. He's in every bodega. He's in every corner. He's talking to, like, I'm like,
right.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole shit don't. But you know, the EBC, we took them to the BET Awards. You remember that? We won the chip and we went to the BET Awards and we gave out an award.
I remember.
Man, we did so much fun shit. I remember one year I brought the whole team out to Miami. That's when we got A Butter. And so Tone Rosa, who's one of the greatest coaches ever, he had A Butter since he was a kid. And so A Butter was loyal to him, all of them. He would bring these kids up from gauchos and all that, and then they would play. And A Butter, it was you can't beat him, join him. If you can't beat him, to join him. He was killing us. He was just killing Terror Squad every game, triple overtimes. He had 40, 50 points. And so I had to get him. And so I brought the whole Terror Squad team to Miami in Memorial Weekend, and we invited A Butter. And I was driving A Butter around in the drop top Rolls Royce, popping bottles, showing them the penthouse, did all that shit. And I was like, yo, hey, you need to be with us. Look how we living. And the whole team is in there. We popping champagne. And I was young rich. That's different than now. So when you young and rich, you think it don't run out. You think it don't run out. So you throwing that money in the air like it's water. So we in the club popping 30,000 bottles. We in Bentleys. So A Butter, we got him. And the reason I'm saying this story is I remember the first game. There was rumors, but I remember when A Butter walked in with Terror Squad the first game, I saw the sadness in Tony Rose's eyes. He was there just to see that. And then he walked out. And I always loved Tony Rose and his whole family. It was competition to me. And the kid was destroying me. So it was you can't beat him, join him. So I had to do what I had to do to bring A Butter on the team. But you know, it was wrong morally now. You know what I'm saying? Because Tony Rosa, he raised that kid. And so,
No
you know, I
doubt.
saw he was heartbroken.
But I mean, I know for a fact that that story you told me, a section of the traveling to Miami, you pulled a lot of players from different teams, and they became terror squad players. And matter of fact, let's touch on your man, like, wow, baby Strick. Like, Strick played with you before. What was it like, and how did you
Broke my heart.
recruit him?
May he rest in peace, and I will love him forever. Strick, out of any player in the Rucker that I ever coached, he rest in peace. He broke my heart more than anybody. And because when Jay-Z put out a team out there, he defected and went and played for Jay-Z. And Jay-Z rapped about him in the record. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. Right? But he knew, you know, the tension between Terror Squad and Rockefeller. He knew what it was, and they grabbed Strick. They tried to grab Kareem. And Kareem came to me, I'll never forget. We went to that little restaurant, Spanish restaurant, the Floridita on 125th under the, what is that? The train, the highway, the shit, the famous shit, by the Cotton Club. Right? So we sat down. Right. Yo, they offered me $30,000. And I said, yeah, so did you take it? And he said, nah, I told him I'm from the Bronx. I'm Terror Squad. And to this day, me and Kareem Reed, we celebrate birthdays one beyond. He come to Miami with his wife. You know, we family to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he made that choice. But Strick was possibly the best player in the EBC. And meaning he could have went pro at that time. Like, he should have been in the pros.
Right.
He knew the game all around. He the passing, he no look. He like Strick should have been in the NBA. It's a couple of players that should have been in the NBA. A Butter, if he wasn't hanging out with the wrong crowd, he would have been in the NBA. You know, I try to get I got A Butter at Fordham University.
Oh no, I didn't know.
I got him on that team to play college. You know, I got Kareem Reed to try out for the Knicks.
Right.
So I took Kareem Reed to try out for the Knicks, and they said he was out of shape. I disagree with them, but what could I do? At least I tried, right? And A Butter, we got him at Fordham University. So A Butter would have definitely 1,000,000%. I don't care if it was Allen Iverson, Carmelo, any player I ever brought out there, they would look at A Butter and they'd be like, this guy belongs in the league. And, you know, I let A Butter tell you his story, but, you know, I just think he was influenced by the wrong people. And he wouldn't listen.
Right.
And it ain't easy being a young, handsome, #1 star at the Rucker when it's popping, and Cameron's your cousin from it was just too much distractions.
Right.
Saddest story in the world is Rich Parker. I don't believe that he did that.
Oh yeah.
Back in school, I do not believe that for 1 second. And I would sit down with his mother in the stands, even when we didn't play. I would go to the park, sit next to her, and the woman would go, "This is some shit, Dre. The man was gonna be in the NBA, like a Grant Hill, like for real. He wasn't no street ball. Like, this nigga was supposed to be in the NBA." And I would sit in the park. I would come any given day and see his mother sit next to her. And you know what she would say to me every single time?
What's that?
For no reason. She'd look in the air. She'd be like, "Joe, you know we're supposed to be in the NBA." And I'd be like, "But nobody loved this game more than this lady." And I said, "I know, Mama." She said, "You know Richie ain't do that." I said, "I know he ain't do that, Mama." She's like, "We supposed to be rich right now. We supposed to be in the NBA." Sitting in the bleachers of the Rucker. And I'll be like, "Damn, Mama, you know, love you." You know what I'm saying? And try to spend some time with her and, you know, cheer up. And her best friend who was getting sick, I don't know if the lady's still alive, God willing, I hope so. Remember the lady started
Right.
getting sick with the cane? Beautiful lady. I got pictures of her.
Right.
I got pictures in
I
my
remember.
house. So the lady would come to the rucker all the time too. Yeah, man, but you know, it's a community thing.
Nah, no doubt. And like Joe, you touching on some real heavy shit. And yeah, I usually don't curse on my show, but see, you keeping it 100, and that's what my platform's about. Like I bring guys on, you know, players and stuff like that, so they can tell their stories, share their stories. Like I had Total Package on here. He told everybody about how he did 7 joints. I had Up North on here, and it's what's crazy about his story, Joe. I don't even know if you know. He was blind in one eye and played basketball, and he was killing them. Like I know this guy forever. And what you sharing now about Miss Parker, like me and Miss Parker is cool. Like when I see Miss Parker, you're gonna laugh. I think of potato salad. You understand? Because
I love
she
Miss
whip up
Parker.
some potato salad. Oh my God!
I got pictures of Miss Parker in my house with me.
No doubt.
You know, I got
Okay.
to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, and homeboy messed up. What's his name? Lenny Cook.
Hey,
He made the poor choices.
Right.
Cook made the poor
Quite a
choices. And, you know, we heard a lot of hype about him, but I never really seen it in the park on the court. Like I never seen a breakout game from him, but everybody would say he's supposed to go to the pros, but I never seen it. He played for me, took my money, never came. I'm telling you, you want real shit. Yo, let me get that
consequences behind that.
Huh?
You heard me, Joe? It was consequences behind that. When
he got beat up behind that one. He got beat up for a little bit. But it's like, you know, because he took the bag. You know what I'm saying? He took the bag and he ain't never come. He pulling a Kyrie in Brooklyn over there. Motherfucker took $200 million, they never show up. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But the guy I love the most that I don't really know like that, I'm going to tell a big secret right now. My show, we call this a Joker moment.
Okay.
The guy I love the most out there that I never really got to really was the main event, Wally Dixon.
He was a beast.
He was like a Sean Kemp out there. And you don't look the other way. And you hear the whole crowd, whoa! Like, yo, this nigga was trying to break metal backboards, Dre. And, like, it was must see. Like, and he was like a Blake Griffin. Like, am I lying or not? Was he
yes.
in the air? Dunking over everything. It was the main event.
Yes, sir.
And so he played for me. I don't have no real battle scars with him, no real stories. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It was something about that guy that I didn't let people see, but I would peek through the thing every time if we wasn't playing. This guy was a beast. This guy was a beast.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
The alby froze up again.
Yeah. We back. Hey, yo, you know what I wanted to tell you also? If I don't mention this.
Yeah, alby, you got that motherfucking Teddy Riley Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. But, yo, if I don't mention this, I'm going to get killed. My nephew was part of your stylist team, Keith. That's down with Terrell.
I ain't that with Terrell.
Blood nephew, Keith.
I love Keith. I asked about Keith today because I'm shooting the video. I swear to my mother. I asked about Keith yesterday. I asked Terrell, but Terrell said he not styling no more. Because Terrell, we shooting the video in a couple of days. So Terrell's getting me clothes, Khaled clothes, everybody clothes to this video. And it's like he's running crazy. I said, yo, what's up with Keith? I said, why don't you use Keith for this? He was like, nah, Keith got another kind of job. but he's still family. I never knew that was your nephew. He never told me that.
Yeah, that's the way he is. It's just like, you know who else is my nephew? Digger, six-figure Digger, that did Cam, Dipset, that did Cam music. That's my nephew too.
I ain't know that, but let me tell you something. Let me ask you a question. Who's on your top 5 players out there when we was out there? Who's your top 5 players that, you know, it's over now. You don't have to be like political or nothing. Yeah, you could just say you love to call a game and who?
All right. Listen, everybody out there knows that my number 1 pick, if I had to draft them, would be Kareem Reed. Best kept secret, hands down. Hands down. My number 2 player, I ain't done yet. My number 2 player, which they played in the backcourt together, would be Ali Mo, hands down.
Everybody loved Ali Mo. Now, Ali Mo was dumb nice. But he's a god, rest in peace. But I knew he was smooth. I knew he had the handle. I never got to see a game where I really saw the greatness of Ali Mo, but I'm not smoking crack. You know, everyone knows Ali Mo's a god, but I never seen it for myself on that level. But I'm not crazy. That's like saying Nas, Jay-Z. You know, Ali Mo's a god. Continue. That's your 1-2.
Okay. And in the middle would be McNasty, Conrad McRae. Yo, McNasty was the
Conrad McRae.
And
I remember Conrad McRae.
Right. And then at my 3, that's coming up after I finish the interview with you, is my all-time favorite. You can put him at the 2 or the 3. The Terminator. Joe, if you ain't never seen Ronnie Matthias play, man, the Terminator, that name alone we gave him.
Oh, yo, Terminator, man, I seen him play 100,000 times. I seen Terminator play 100,000 times. I think I seen him ref too. Does Term ref?
Yeah. He went from beating up refs
niggas
to become a ref.
Yeah, he became a ref. I watched him fight one time at a game as a ref. He walked out the fucking park. He saw the young boy try to talk slick to him. He was like, boy, you crazy? I'll bust your ass. I'm like, oh my God. Terminator's a living legend. Who's your 5th one?
And at the 5, matter of fact, at the 5, I actually coached this kid. And that's Baby Strick. He definitely had to be in my 5. No doubt.
Yeah. I'm with you with Kareem Reed. I'm with you with Baby Strick. A-Butter. Kareem Reed, A-Butter, Strick. I know it sounds like Terror Squad.
It is. Mm-hmm.
If I could put 2 NBA players, I would say Steph and Ron Artest. If you want to keep me street, I go street. So I go Kareem, I got A-Butter, I got Strick. Now, Strick. I'm trying to think out there, man. I just don't want to make it a Terror Squad lineup. Yo, you stupid. I don't want to make it a Terror Squad lineup. Fuck. Man. No, because I wanna be right about it. I wanna be right about it. Somebody was big to me, but I don't know if they made it big in the rucker, like really like superstar, but was fundamental, was Speedy.
Right.
I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
Light skin Speedy above the rim. I'm gonna put Speedy on my top 5. So I'm gonna say Kareem Reed, A-Butter, Speedy, Strick, and I got room for one more. Man, I had this guy. His name was the preacher. Kashif or Karif. And quiet as kept, we won most of our championships. Really, Kareem reads his IQ. But Kashif. And if I got an honorable mention, I'll say Aunt Glover. Shout out to his sister and his whole family. You know, I'm about winning chips. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I like the flash, but I don't like the all flash, no cash. And I told a story of Bone Collector. Now, to me, Bone Collector had the greatest handle at the Rucker. My personal. Bone Collector had the best thing. Every year, Bone Collector would come to me and say, yo, Crack, can I play for Terror Squad? And every year, this reminds me of like the Malcolm X scene. Remember Malcolm X was going to give a speech and the white girl asked him, sir, I know what you've been through. Is there anything I can do? He said, well, you can't do nothing for me. He was in Boston in the movie Malcolm X. And and so I have to tell Bone Collector, who I knew had the best handle, I'll be like, yo, Bone, can't play with us. We love you. I'm your biggest fan. But you ain't about winning chips. And I'm all about winning chips. And so, you know, and similar to like a James Harden. Now I think with the guidance of KD over there in Brooklyn, I think they could win 5 chips in a row. But James Harden is all flash, no cash. He'll score 60, but he's all right with everybody losing. I'm not with that. I'm about chips.
Right.
Is my opinion. I'm about chips.
Now, no doubt. Yeah, and you put some teams together, and I just got to go back. Like, that was, like I had a lot of favorite players, but I got to keep it 100. My favorite player is Skip to my Lou, Rayford Austin. I mean, Skip, I watched him when he was 15 years old.
I'm not gonna lie.
Now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Skip was on my top 5, but I threw Speedy in there because I seen Speedy my whole life put in work, and I never seen him get the props. Like Skip, me and you could have thought of Skip, Rayford Austin. And as far as I'm concerned, Skip is the only one that ever made it from the park to the NBA. Is that correct?
No, because you got Skip, you got Stephon Marbury, and you got Ron Artest.
No. They was in the park and all that. I'm saying, like Rayford Austin didn't go from college to the NBA. You know, the traditional drafted. He was just a star in the parks and got a shot at the NBA. Right,
because what's his name? Jerry Titanian, if I'm not mistaken, he came to recruit Ali Moe, and he saw Skip. And if I'm saying the story right, that's when he saw Rayford, and he got an opportunity to go to school, Fresno State, and all that other good stuff like that.
That is crazy. That's the 1 in a million. Skip, and then I remember Skip caught that $39 million. He used to be in the park, and then he went to the NBA, did work. Remember the playoffs? Skip was doing work. And I'm to this day, I'm so proud of Skip. Because he did the impossible. He made it from the street park to the NBA. Now Steph was in the park every day. Ron Artest was in the park every day, but they were already NBA players. You know what I mean? So I'm saying Skip made it up out the mud, out the park.
I hear what you're saying. But Joe, Steph was there when he was 15 years old, whether you know it or not.
I mean, Steph was the greatest player. Steph was the greatest player in park history anyway. You're gonna have to dig up Dr. J and all of them. You're gonna have to do all that. When I wasn't there, Pee Wee Kirkland or whoever. But for Stephon Marbury to make $230,000 a game for the NBA.
Crazy, right?
Steph was making $24 million a year. For him to come to that park and never miss a game and go out there and play for them kids out there. Come on, bro. It's never been heard of. He was there every single game.
But see, that takes me back when you had that all three of them in your backcourt. And we can't forget about A Butter. You had Kareem Reed, you had Stephon Marbury, and you had Skip to My Lou. And you had A Butter. That had to be a headache. Having all of them, you know, trying to be fair.
Oh, they played together. They played. No, Cash, they played together. I remember we took it out. Steph took it out. He did that low shit he be doing. He flicks it to Rayford, and Rayford does that from the back. No, that was magic. When they took that ball out for the first time. So let me ask you something. You sitting in the side, you calling the game. What the fuck are you thinking when you see Steph, Kareem, A Butter, and Skip?
Yo, what was that? The Three Amigos, I think we called them. I did an interview with each and every one of them, and I said, yo, you play with the Terror Squad? Like, I was shocked. You understand what I'm saying? And see, that goes back to that paper bag, Joe. You know, that brown paper bag, man. Like, you did your thing, bro. You did your thing.
Throwing the bag out there, making sure we had the hardest team. But you know, remember we used to have the things called Fat Joe and the Terror Squad, Fat Joe and the Terror Squad, Fat Joe and the Terror Squad after every game. Because it was crazy. They were showing the games on TV. Remember that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then you have the Jones.
TV.
Wait a minute. Did the Jones brothers play with you also? Charles and what's his brother Lenny?
Yes,
did you ever
sir.
Have the Jones?
Yeah.
Yo. Who you didn't have play with?
You know, Ed Glover. Ed Glover. He was just tough. He was like Anthony Mason. You know what I'm saying? And it's certain players that got heart that I don't care at what point they'll just step up and they ready to go. And I loved him for that. You know, I remember we lost that one year, Dorian Gray, motherfucker, who sets up this this interview here. Dorian beat us.
Right.
And Dorian was tough that game. Him, Blue.
Right.
They was tough. And Dorian used to play for us. And then he went and played with them. And I remember that shit. And but you know, it ain't nothing like that, man. I don't know, man. I'm sure they got their own time. I know Dykeman is really rocking their tournament. They rock out there. But you know that 55th, that Rucker, you know that David Stern in the stands rocking the TS piece. That Adam Silver stands, that Bill Clinton in the stands. You know, it was just different. I remember Bill Clinton came to the game, and I remember he told me something. He said, "Yo, what? Why is your team the Terror Squad?" Right?
Right.
And I remember he turned around and he told me, he tried to put me on the game. He was like, "You need to buy property out here in Harlem. It's about to go up." This is before it went up. He need to, because you need to buy property out here in Harlem. He was like, "My office is going to be in 125th." It was something like that. That he was going to come up to Harlem, and it really came up, and you see what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Now, buildings that used to cost a couple of $100,000, now they $1 million buildings, $5 million buildings.
Right. Damn.
So we hear my brother, man. Yeah, he trying to let me know.
Stuff. But Joe, listen, what I need you to do real quick before we go, I always ask people to send a message to the kids. So can you just send a little positive message, say something positive, some inspiring stuff to the kids?
I think everything we was talking about been inspirational, man, because I tell people all the time, I never look at people through the eyes of jealousy. I always look at people through inspiration. And the fact that Fat Joe, you can see him in the Bronx or Harlem out there, it's not to act like he's better than you. It's to show you that anything's possible. And when we do become successful, it's not to run away from the hood. It's and so, and that's what I would be telling them is, you know, when you do make it, don't forget where you come from.
Right.
You know? And always inspire, you know, everything I do with what I do with my show, is to inspire the people, man. It's to help them, give them gems so that they can be successful. They might be in the jam, they might think of something, and it'll help them. And that's what it's about for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what my whole life has always been about. And so Joe has always had this tough guy image. If you don't know him, you felt like you can't approach him. But it's never really, to know Fat Joe, you would know that it's all about, he's always been about inspiring the people, helping others win, helping others enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about me is, although I've been successful and blessed, I get gratification with sharing it with others that couldn't possibly have had that. Like these kids that play in the rucker, they would have never been in the BET Awards giving out an award, right? These kids, they probably would have never stepped on Mulberry and AI and all the players we brought out there, Jermaine O'Neal and Al Harrington every game, and Zach Randolph and Dante Jones and Rasheed Wallace and Amari Stoudemire. Man, we brought the mob out there, man, and we was bringing them out there every week. And it was because we knew these kids couldn't get to see them, couldn't afford. When you go to Madison Square Garden, God bless them, I'm a Knicks fan, but it's Wall Street owns the fucking chairs. It's not the hood at all. And so that's the story of my life. It's always been about inspiring and giving back.
And Joe, that's a great thing. But it's one important thing that I forgot to ask you about when you took your shirt off, that double time loss to Tony Rosa. Just touch on that. You got to touch on that before we shut it down. You got it, Joe.
Did we lose or did we win? I think there's a time I took my shirt off and I had the belt around my stomach. And I was jumping up and down because we won. You talking about the time I lost to Tony Rosa?
I'm talking about the double time loss to Tony Rosa when
Curry overtime with Tony Rosa. And the light went out and Steph hit the three and they tried to count it off because the lights was off, but they know it went in. Now that shit's crazy. Shit you can't make up. Triple overtime. And then Steph hit a three to tie it up. And they wouldn't count it because the shit went dark. I think that's the time I took my shirt off and made it. You know, I love that shit, man. Yo, I used to be out there in the back stretching with the players, and I grabbed little rocks, little pebble, and rub it on my leg just to feel like I was with them. And I'd be talking some real shit to them, Cash. Real shit. I'd be laying in there stretching. I'm like, yeah, we ain't taking no fucking prisoners. And I don't give a fuck. J.R. Smith coming. You make that motherfucker feel it when he come to this rack. We don't give a fuck. This our house. The type of shit I was telling these guys, and they ready to go, man.
I'm loving it.
Yes, I love you. Joe, I'm there for the documentary. 1,000,000%.
I bet.
Thanks for having me on here, my brother.
Thank you for coming on, Joe. I really appreciate you. And from Harlem, I'm representing them, man. We love you, man. Believe me when I tell you, man. Thanks a lot for coming on, Joe.
God bless.
All right. God bless. Yep, 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 yep. Yo, that was a good look. That was a good look. Shout out to Fat Joe. We going back to back. We going back to back. Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I said, Joe is one of the favorite. Like he shouted out 40 plus. He shouted out Miss Parker. Like for him to say stuff like that, he had to be involved in the crowd. Like he just didn't coach the game. He just didn't bring NBA players in. He actually participated. Coming up next is Term. I'm not even sure what name Term is going under. Shout out to Sweets, aka the producer, aka my video guy. Welcome. And I believe Cheryl Marius was on there. Like shout out to everybody. Graham, text me Term's request, because people send a request on they want to come. I'm not sure exactly who they are, and today is not the day for us to bring anybody on. So y'all stick around, stay around. We got the Terminator coming up, Ronnie Mathias. Thank you, everybody, throwing up them fire signs. Thank you, Fat Joe, for coming out. Y'all heard him. Like I said, this is the time right now. I'm going to plug that documentary in. We call the game the Tango and Cash story, the Greg Marius story, the EBC story. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. But meanwhile, between while, it's your boy Al Cash, Tango and Cash show. Yo, these times that we doing today, normally we come on at 7 o'clock. But, I really wanted my man, Fat Joe, on the show. So, Dorian Graham behind the scenes made the time up. And, we did it last week because of the protest. We didn't send it to the other phone. Because of the protests, we didn't get a chance to have Fat Joe on. He had to do his own show and politic about some of the things that went on last week with that protest. So like I said, Fat Joe was part of us. He was part of Entertainers Basketball Classic. You heard him. We didn't get a chance to talk about Mousy, but we'll get him on the show again. Like I said, I'm trying to get the name. Okay, hold on. I'm getting ready to get the right name. Okay, we got the Terminator coming up right now. Like I said, we going back to back like a Dynamite 8-track. And once again, thank you, Fat Joe, for coming out. Now we got one of the legendaries, one of the toughest players of all time that participated in EBC at Rucker Park. My main man, Ronnie Mathias, is coming up. We're connected. What's going on, Term?
Yo, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, yo?
I'm good. Yo, it's such an honor to have you on the show today because, see, people, they don't understand the history of the Entertainers Basketball Classic. They don't understand the grind of the Entertainers Basketball Classic. You participated in the tournament for many years, and we just got to touch on it real quick. Well, we got time to touch on it, but just tell everybody out there that don't know about you a little something about yourself, Turn.
Well, listen, man. I'm from the Bronx originally, you know what I'm saying? From around Franklin Avenue, you know what I'm saying? Grew up and stuff, playing for Turtle and all that. And after that, you know what I'm saying, I started coming down, playing this, with Rucker, all the tournaments like that. And, as you got older, and the entertainers started popping, got into that, and me and my man Pookie, God bless him, wearing his shirt right now, you know what I'm saying? When we got together like a young age. We was together at like 10 years old. So from then, we kept playing. And when we got to get together and started playing the entertainers, it was like, that was the thing. That was the mecca of the thing at the time, We just, took it to another level.
No doubt. And what was the first team and who was the coach that you first played with when you played in the Entertainers Basketball Classic?
Well, the first time I played in there, I think it was really like Chick, Tookie, you know what I'm saying? And you just, that was summers when we was not even losing the game up there, stuff like that, so, we was rolling like that,
No doubt. And you named Chick and Tookie, and that was a lot of money. Like, So you came in
You know
the
what I'm saying?
tournament making
That,
money.
that was back, yo. That's when, you know what I'm saying, that was before, you know what I'm saying, the record label started getting involved, you know what I'm saying? That was when the people from the streets, you know what I'm saying, was sporting, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we go back, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
how our
that's
fathers go back
crazy.
to
I'm
Cali.
just
You know, overtime, huh?
say pyramid, and we just go keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely remember those days. I definitely remember those days. So, all right. So now, like a lot, what you did in the tournament, like you automatically you brought up Pookie. Like for us to give you that nickname, the Terminator. Just touch on it, like some of the players that you played with, besides Pookie Wilson, because we gonna get into how you got that nickname in a minute.
Hey, yo, listen, man, I played with, like, yo, saying going back into high school era, you know what I'm saying, there's like Kenny Smith I played against, you know what I'm saying, it was tough, Rod Strickland, you know what I'm saying, Kenny Hutt, you know what I'm saying, people like that, Chris Green, you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, Anti-Gravity, you know what I'm saying, I played with my man Larry Marklin from Evander too, you know what I'm saying, Spotty Watt, God bless him, you know what I'm saying, from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying, so I'm playing against a lot of people going back, even to the fact where, you know, I played with Rory Grimes and back in the day, you know what I'm saying, small fry and all that. So it was like, you know, when you talk about like a pedigree playing basketball, man, I went to small fry with little Rory, Cornell White, all that, man. I kept playing, I was playing, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, you know what I'm saying? And that time it was just scrapping, you know, it's Ike in the session, you know, saying teams like that. So when you talk about like playing, you know, basketball, that was it, man. Basketball was the thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, people don't understand when you play, that's when basketball was basketball, just like you said. I mean, you, in my opinion, always been a basic player. You know what I'm saying? Your style, your aggressiveness, and I give you credit for that teardrop joint you do. But you told me in a previous interview about an NBA player that you saw doing that, and you kind of emulated what he was doing, and you made it his own thing. So let's touch on that real quick, if you remember.
Well, it was crazy when I, you know what I'm saying, when I was talking about, because, like, I really kind of heard it more than seen it, because I used to hear the, you know what I'm saying, the one-to-run handle switch with Bill Bradley and John Havlicek back in the day, you know what I'm saying, listen to the
That's the
radio,
story.
you know what I'm saying, and I used to just
Right.
hear the one, you know what I'm saying, run-to-one handle, and, you know, it's like, because that was the radio, and, you know, it was only on Channel 9 of the radio then, you know what I'm saying, basically, if you wasn't getting the Knicks on Channel 9 or something, you know, CBS would come on every
Right.
once in a while and all that. So, you know, just hearing that shit, you know what I'm saying, when you small and shit, you know what I'm saying, at the time, you know what I'm saying, you got to get your shot off, man, because like I'm saying, it was like, you know, playing when I was playing, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, Small Fry and Rucker back in the day, it was like, yo, some playing, people was playing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you had to get your shot off and be able to score, or else you wasn't going to get the ball. That was that.
Right. And like, I think about the games you played, you know, how strong you was, how you used to just go up the lane and throw that right hand up, if I'm not mistaken, and have that knee sticking out. Like, people get out that way when they see that knee sticking out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, in my opinion, like, I watched you a long time. I mean, you know, I commentated the games and called them. Like, I wish a lot of these young guys got an opportunity to see the toughness that you played, because, I mean, I always compared you compared people that to you, like Ron Artest. I said he was tough. He reminds me of you. And then even you, the scrappiness, you know, the Dennis Rodman type shit, you know, like, you went in and you grind, man, and like, it's just crazy. And like I said, I just wish people would have got a chance to see you. Like, you know, of course we're putting this documentary together, and we do have certain footages of you, but I just wish they could get an opportunity to see you. But before I forget, it was a rumor going around for a long time, and now I got an opportunity to ask you about 200 points. What the hell are they talking about? You got to tell me what's going on with that one.
I mean, put it like this. You mean, did we score 200 points as a team?
All I know was a 200-point game. Now, you
Well,
take
yeah,
it from there.
listen, I know we was on the crest of scoring 200 points in 39th Street Park. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's when Fred Brown threw the ball out the park, yo. Because, you know what I'm saying, Pookie just finished dunking on EJ, and it goes. And they threw the ball out the park. You know what I'm saying? We was getting ready to get there. But inside, what's the name? And what's that joint over there? The 139th Street over there, 138th over there on Lenox. The Salvation Army joint. They don't let people in all the time. Yeah, we got 200 in there. As a team, we got 200. Yeah.
Wow. So who was high man? Like,
listen, man. Like me and Pookie would get on the road, man. I mean, that's saying on a regular day, we was definitely getting about 80. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like saying definitely 75 to 80. And on a good day, we would have 100. So, when we had Smiley and Troy and Bama and all the rest of them with us, man, we was getting like It was rolling, like, saying like your man Duke, we called it the movies because we was just rolling, yo. You know what I'm saying? And, what I'm saying? It was always incentives, to win by more. So, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, you never took never took nobody for granted, man, because you got to realize it was guys we was going against at certain times, you know what I'm saying? We going against Sadler, Steve, Cat Williams, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We was going against dudes, you know what I'm saying? Just shoot. I mean, D-Mac started out with us, and then, he would go, break off, and then me and him would run back into each other and play rucker and stuff together. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like Master Rob. We was going against guys, So, you know what I'm saying? So, when we was playing, we had to keep it going, man,
No doubt. And yo, like I said, this is like one of the hardest interviews that I'm doing because people don't understand who you are, what you contribute to street ball, and how tough you was. And it's crazy. It's like, okay, so now it's you and Pookie in the backcourt at 139th Street Park. What do you remember about 139th Street Park Entertainers Basketball Classic?
Hey, that was like, you had to bring it. Me and Pookie, you know what I'm saying? It was like, we grew up together already. So when we got to that time, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, we've been playing together since we was like biddies and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, this is the top, you know what I'm saying? This is where the old Whitney Park, you know what I'm saying? Where everybody used to bring it, you know what I'm saying? It was like, this is our time, like, you know what I'm saying? And we was like, we not going to lose, You know what I'm saying? Whoever we was playing against, well, it was like, for real, it was like, I grew up playing with Turtle. I ain't grew up playing with Riverside and all that, you know what I'm saying? So we took L's and we had our lumps growing up and stuff like that. But we knew at that time, that it was our time. That was it, You know what I'm saying? That shit, we wasn't gonna lose, and that was that, So
and God bless the dead, Smiley, like,
so,
Smiley
we had
was
Smiley,
another
man.
one.
We had Troy, you know what I'm saying? Troy got down, you know what I'm saying? Because Troy couldn't beat us, so he joined us, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, because he was playing with our pop at first. Then he got down with us, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was like, that's how it was,
How did Mousy recruit you guys? How did that come about? How did you end up playing for Mousy?
Well, you know what? It's a funny story, like with Mousy. Like, you know how you just hear about people and all that, but as we got to high school and shit, right? So, say Mousy went to Kennedy and shit. I went to Evander. So when we went to Kennedy and we beat them and shit, right? So as we was leaving, dudes from Marble Hill and shit started trying to bug out and shit, shit, because they had us when we couldn't come out the top, we had to come out the back. Right? So when we came out the back, motherfuckers was on top trying to throw shit down at us, right? So motherfuckers told them, like, listen, man, when y'all come to Evander, man, y'all better not bring no fans or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So Mousy was on the team, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was, Mousy and them, they brought a couple of fans and shit. And they happened to beat us. And that was our first loss. But then them Uptown niggas is like, y'all niggas ain't going home, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Mousy and them was stuck in the gym. So, me and my boys in the team, I grabbed like Mousy, a couple of them, I'm saying, like, Dedrick, you know what I'm saying, Ernie Dixon, all that, you know what I'm saying, drafting, you know what I'm saying? It was like, y'all walk with us. And we can get y'all to the train. But them other niggas, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So Mousy was the young nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I knew Mousy from there. And, you know what I'm saying, when he seen the success my brother was having, Mousy just, you know what I'm saying, was like, he was having nice teams. They was getting there. They was getting close, but he wanted to get over the top. And he wanted to get over the top, so he came and called me.
And, I'm going to keep it 100. I ain't holding shit back. And many times, as Mousy was coming up and you was on this team, they basically was saying Turn was holding Mousy down because Mousy at one time was getting that paper. and I know you got a lot of that, stuff out of the brown bag. So let's just touch on that a little bit. Like, what was it like getting that paper from?
My thing was this, man. I was just the type of brother, man. If I needed something, I would go talk to people. You know what I'm saying, and try to make sure what I needed was taken care of. I never try to be I'm trying to be the richest person out here. How am I getting there? This and that. You know what I'm saying? I was always the type of person that's like, as long as I can take care of my bills and I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? So, I was good. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying? It worked both ways. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I never really went and talk about how much, you going to give me this and that. I wasn't one of those types, man. I just was like, listen, if I need something, let's take care of it and we good. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Right. And you definitely was an enforcer on the court. Like I have footage of you playing one of the All-Star games. I don't know if you've seen the advertisement I put up, and you came to your man Pookie's defense, but that's terminated. That's if whoever rolled or whoever's on your team, you always had their back. Like, what is it like? Like, what is your thoughts? Or what was your thoughts when situations like that came up?
Man, my thing is, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm just, the youngest. I just was playing hard, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, certain things you ain't gonna do for somebody that I love and I'm rolling with, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna cut that down. Like, that's how it is. Like, everything ain't gotta get physical, you know what I'm saying? That point of physical, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, somebody just need to come in and just let it know, listen, we gonna stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fuck it was. Like, it's time to stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is, man. But Pookie, I love the shit of Pookie. Everybody know that, man. We rolled so fucking long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, shit. Like, for real, Pookie taught me a whole lot, yo. Pookie taught me a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Him and a lot of other, you know what I'm saying, great guys in the past, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely one of the motherfuckers give respect to everybody, you know what I'm saying, passed away. You know what I'm saying? I don't just Smiley, Bobby Jones and them, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Dave Crosby, all the brothers, man. There's a lot of brothers that pass. And everybody got to respect brothers while they here because, motherfuckers ain't guaranteed tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely want to do that.
And the funniest thing about it is, and I even laughed, like, okay, like we know of term having altercations with officials and yeah, I know you was gonna laugh. And then all of a sudden, who's wearing a white and black striped shirt? Like, you had the whole Harlem. Anybody that knew you, the Harlem, the Bronx, New York City is like, what the hell? Term is the official? So, how did that come about, bro?
Yo, listen, my thing is this, man. Who better to do it than me, man? You know what I'm saying? Fuck, yo. You know what I'm saying? But, on the other thing is this, man. You can ref forever. You can't play forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Unless you Black Mo. You know what I'm saying? Unless you Black Mo Malloy, you can play forever.
Mo's still going and going.
Other than that, you can't play forever, dog. And it's like, it got to the point, man, it was always, it was fun. But motherfuckers was just like, shit, Term getting 30 and 40 because motherfuckers are scared of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And somebody special told me, he said, man, listen, man, if you play, he said, if you get 20, you smoking. If you get 50, you're supposed to. So, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna get out of it? So it's like, you know what, man? You're right, man. The fuck. So, you know what? Shit, let me get into the post-basketball career. Let me start fucking repping and try to get good at this shit, man.
So here's the thing. And I seen it a little bit over there at Kennedy Center, but we're gonna touch on that in a minute. But when you did other tournaments and you got that one person or that one player that don't know who the Terminator is and they step out of line, what was that like? Because I can visualize you.
Hey, yo, I used to wild the fuck out, yo. I used to be like, who the fuck you think you talking to? And I used to lose it, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers is looking at shit and yo, for real, you know what I'm saying? Then usually, somebody, man, like, hold on, man. And the motherfucker be like, oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? Then they try to make up and all that, and then, I just go on. But, yeah, it was an adjustment. I used to have rabbit ears and shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to make sure every game was close. Nigga be up 20. I make sure the shit was close by then. I don't know how the fuck I was, you know what I'm saying? There's fucking games up, you know what I'm saying? To learn how to just, learn how to flow, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's different, you know what I'm saying? As you ref, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing for nothing, though. I got good at the shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Right. No, I seen you, over at Dope Derbies, during the thing, and there's a couple of old players you played against, or you might have been a couple of years ahead of
I
them.
do other shit, man. I mean, you know, that's you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, those games is probably fucking some of the hardest because, you know, the old motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, it's so physical and everybody want to foul, you know what I'm saying? And you know me, I ain't with all that shit, man. You gotta get hit, motherfucker. You know, I ain't with all that this, you know, this pretty ass turn around and go, ow. I ain't with that.
Right. And it's amazing how you got involved with one of the greatest female players out of Harlem. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where Turn 2 came from. Like, that's crazy.
Hayes.
Shout out to Hazel.
You know what I'm saying? Getting, you know what I'm saying? Getting with her was a motherfucker. She's the first person who let me do 10 push-ups and shit, man. She's the one that got me doing, you know what I'm saying, my legendary push-up regimes and shit. And she the last person beat me one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But getting with her, you know what I'm saying? She had me get on that mentality, like, you know what I'm saying, fuck everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, us and all that. You know what I'm saying? And that was real cool. You know what I'm saying? We real, you know what I'm saying? That's my boo, you know what I'm saying? Love her forever.
And your son Q, you know, I'm gonna have him on the show either this week, and I'm making, it's probably be next week, and I'm putting a special day up for him. Like, people don't understand, like in the Entertainers Basketball Classic, right? It's you and your son, Steve Burt and his son. So that's some history right there. But we're gonna talk about like Q, T2, like what was it like teaching him how to play ball, or did Hazel teach him how to play ball? Keep it one.
Well, listen, I'm explaining to you just like this. Hazel brought him to the courts and started making him play and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hazel was the one that dedicated and started him getting on the court and made it and making it mandatory that he go and play and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then they moved out to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And then what it was, he would come here every summer. You know what I'm saying? And hang out with me. And when you hang out with me, we'd be together all the time, just talking about certain things, life, all that type of shit, you know, certain types of shit, you know what I'm saying? And him just being on the court, running around playing. But Hazel was the one that took him to the court, you know what I'm saying, started him running around. Because my thing is this, I wasn't trying to force nothing on no, you know what I'm saying, no kid, nobody, you know what I'm saying? You know, and dedication is something that he had to have, and he had it, you know what I'm saying? And then we used to just talk about things, and I told him, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, listen, if you want to do this shit, you got to want to do it, because you coming up, man, it's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that I don't put they fathers in retirement or put them in retirement, and you know what I'm saying, or bust their ass, and they going at you, they going to want to come at you. So if you going to do this shit, you got to take this shit serious, and you want to bust their ass, because they going to come at your ass, you know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker brought it, yo. You know what I'm saying? He brought that shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Like, you know, you hear about couples, you know, get together, but two ball players having a son, and you know, him overseas and doing his thing. Like, I was real proud of him. I actually, you know what bugged me out? I don't know. I saw him on the DVD when he was a little boy, and he was jumping up and down like a fan. I can't remember what DVD it was, but it had to be something where you was playing, or you took him somewhere.
I think it was the rucker, yo. It was the rucker, because like I said, he used to come to summer and we used to roll with like all day long, just hanging and kicking it and taking, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember times walking down the streets with him and shit, and people like, yo, turn. And one time he was like, yo, you with them or you with me? You know what I'm saying? How many people just want to say hello when I'm walking down the block with, you know what I'm saying? But he started learning, you know what I'm saying, the respect level about that, you know what I'm saying, how Harlem can give you love, you know what I'm saying, how New York City can give you love, you know what I'm saying, where you can go when people know you, and, you know what I'm saying, this ain't nothing, listen, I would tell people when I done travel, you know what I'm saying, working in different places all over the place, man, but I tell them, motherfucker, in New York City, I'm a millionaire, you know what I'm saying, it's like that, how much, you know what I'm saying, pride and respect that you get, man, for what you done did, and that's, you know what I'm saying, something that you earned, and, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, that's just cool, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And shout out to him, because he's definitely checking the show out. Shout out to T2 Harlem. He's in the building. But Turn, let me ask you a question. Okay, in my opinion, like the way he was built physically, you had basic basketball, you had skills, you played defense, you was a hard-nosed player. What happened? Why didn't you make the league? What happened with the NBA? Did you ever get a shot at it, or, you know, I need to
Well,
know if everybody
hey
else
man,
knows.
I just look at it like this. I know when I went to some little camps and all that, they was on that those, stop, pop, and drop stuff. Everybody had to shoot, come around, shoot a jump shot. I was unorthodox. Like, where a motherfucker shoot a jump shot, I'll shoot a runner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, I could score, I could do other things, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, it's just, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Things happen, man, maybe if I took school, you know what I'm saying, different ways, you know what I'm saying, instead of getting, getting in arguments with teachers and stuff like that. It's funny, my mom's was a teacher, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things
Okay.
maybe would have changed, been different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mom's was a teacher, you know what I'm saying? God bless her and all that, but but ball wise, I know I played good, you know what I'm saying? I played really well, you know what I'm saying? I felt I played good enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able. But you know what I'm saying, it wasn't in the cards, so you know what I'm saying, things happen, you know what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, because I had Doogie on. Doogie kind of told me the story about, how basically he was saying like he didn't follow up in school. And, like you said, things happen. And when people don't understand that era that you came from, a lot of people don't understand what it was. Like, at least when I came up, we didn't have too many options. It was either basketball, the streets. For me, it was hip hop. Started DJing, and I played ball. And like that hustle game. I touched it, but it wasn't me. Like I should always think about Chick and thank him for telling me, "Am I'm out of my mind? Yo, go DJ." You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went DJ, and next thing you know, me and Greg and the rest of our group, we came up with the tournament. So it's like people don't understand our upbringing, whether you was from the Bronx or Harlem, it was a hustle. We had to grind, and if we didn't get caught up in that peer pressure, you understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are not here. You named a lot of guys that's not here. Some of them passed from sickness, but most of them, got knocked off or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, my platform is to talk about not just basketball, but talk about things in life, especially if you're a vet player like yourself. So you can tell people, you can make mistakes, but you also can make up for your mistakes and become somebody and raise a son like you and Hazel did, where you didn't succeed, he succeeded in. It's a good look. And I don't want to sound like a soap opera, but like I said, I'm just keeping it 100.
Nah, you ain't sound like no soap opera. You just telling the truth, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. Like, even when we was growing, like I said, when my son, we was singing out, and I just would tell him, like, I did the shit that, I took those lessons. You ain't got to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're alike in so many ways, but we're different in so many ways. There's so many more. He's more tempered, you know what I'm saying? He just relaxed, more laid back and all that, you know what I'm saying? He thinks shit out more,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he knowing that, you know what I'm saying? At times, you know what I'm saying? I was hot-headed, you know what I'm saying? The temperament, you know what I'm saying? They did things probably, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have did. So he realizes that, you know what I'm saying? Like my other kids do. They all more laid back like that than me. You know what I'm saying? All of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? My other two kids are like that shit too. They so laid back, it fucks me up. I be like, God damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? You sure they mind? God damn. Fuck, like, right. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that's how they are, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing too, you know what I'm saying? Because they learn, you know what I'm saying? They see and they know what I'm saying? They learn things, man. You know what I'm saying? That, daddy done made mistakes this way. Well, you got to realize, like, they get caught up in that shit. Like, sometimes it's an ego trip. You know what I'm saying? One thing people got to learn how to just sit back. You know what I'm saying? Let other shit. If it don't affect you, kind of sit back. But don't let nothing go against your whole fucking your race or your community. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. We got to step up. We got to stop the bullshit about not looking out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? But, for real, there's a lot of that now going on. We got to look out for each other, man. No matter how hard it was back in the day, motherfuckers used to look out for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So motherfuckers have to do that too, man. We gotta, that's another fucking thing. Because, tell you the truth, man, I look at people like, look at Joe Habit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Harlem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Harlem that took care of Joe Habit, you know what I'm saying? And Joe Habit, you know what I'm saying, represents Harlem. Like, he loves, you know what I'm saying, he loves it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know what I'm saying, respect level. That's, you know what I'm saying? There's other people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your man, what's my man name up there from 46th Street? What's our boy name? It's Keith Slav, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes,
Keith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's think about him. Your man, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Neighborhoods need to represent and respect, you know what I'm saying, people and stuff like that too, man. You know, that's definitely something.
And it's crazy that you mentioned Keith Slaw and you mentioned Joe Hamden, because my next question to you was, what is it like being a street ball legend? Like, do you consider yourself, or do you realize that you are a street ball legend? What is it like?
Well, I think by answering this one first or whatever the answer of it, it's like, I realize, you know, saying that I am, you know what I'm saying, and that, you know what I'm saying, and it's like that's a big ass honor, you know what I'm saying, for real. Because if you're a New York City street legend, you know what I'm saying, it's like that's the mecca of it all, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, it's like, and then if you know what you've done, you know what I'm saying, like, come on, man, me and you've been knowing each other for years, you know what I'm saying, so you seen, you know what I'm saying, it's like, you know, we know some people that legends that, you know, just because they call them a legend and stuff like that because they played a couple of times, but then there's some people who really, you know what I'm saying, put some work in, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, so for me, man, it's an honor, you know what I'm saying, for real, and the way I carry myself and all that, you know what I'm saying, you got to do that, not just only for your family, but for the people. Like, I have people come back from down south and they walking with their kids and they just came for, you know, maybe this project day and all that, and they see me, they be like, yo, turn, oh, yo, this is my son, yo, listen, yo, and they introduce me to their son, and it's like, yo, you know, this is my term, like, this is, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, you know, this is a father or whatever, and they, you know, introduce me to their son with that passion and shit, so it's like, yo, you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to respect that, embrace that, and then you got to make sure you carry that shit in the way too. You know what I'm saying? That you just ain't out here running around doing stupid ass shit. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's like some kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's going on. So you got to make sure you do the right thing, man. So I carry that shit with the same respect, yo.
You basically saying lead by example, which is very important. And again, you know, like I said, what the mistakes you have made or I made, you know, it's up to us to teach our kids and give them directions of not making the same mistakes we did, and you know that's basically what it is. So you know, like it's just crazy. Like, what is your opinion about how street ball changed? Like, what is your opinion about street ball now? Like, where is it? Is it still there?
And
like,
I say it like this, man. It's I mean, the hype is there, the talent level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it can't really be there, but they don't play hard enough. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of more glitter than gold, you know what I'm saying, than gold. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Even reffing the games, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about and one, and you ain't even fucking make the and first. How do you want to and one and you ain't make the left? You know what I'm saying? How you going to get a one? You ain't make the lap and you talking about and one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. So it's a lot of whining and crying instead of fucking just go and make a shot. Like, you know, when we was playing, like, you know what I'm saying, you had to score. And you know how, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't shooting no threes, and sometimes wasn't even threes lines, you know what I'm saying, when we was doing it. So it was about getting buckets, you know. So, you know what I'm saying, you run up somebody's chest and motherfucker can score the ball, man. If you get the shit off, make that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
And what was your toughest game, if you ever had one? Let's talk about that.
You said my what?
Your toughest game. Your toughest game. What was your toughest game, if you ever had one?
Oh, my toughest game? Well, I mean, I had some tough games. I remember a game in the USBL I had that was tough, yo. I was, you know what I'm saying, fucking around, and Dallas Comedies was blocking my shot and shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, I was struggling in the first half, crazy and shit. It was a USBL championship game, but in the second half, I got, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, I stepped it up, dunked on the 7-footer and all that shit, but I still motherfucking lost the game because I let Tim Legler, you know what I'm saying, that motherfucker who he be on with ESPN and one of them shits, he stripped me coming across half court. We was down 1 too, yo. So yeah, that was a tough one for me. I remember that shit. But in the streets, man, it was a couple of tough games because you playing against Steve and Kevin them, and you know what I'm saying, and Rich. So you know what I'm saying, might have definitely tough games, might have had a tough half or two. You know what I'm saying, and then regroup. You know what I'm saying, and still try to do something positive because the teams I had, and you know what I'm saying, Poop, when me and Poop was together, we was just rolling.
And you said Richie Adams. We all love Richie. You know, I got to get Richie on the show. Has he ever caught your shit? Now, keep it 100. This is the first time I curse on this show since you've been on here.
Nah, listen, I'm put like this. if the motherfucker blocked my shot and it wasn't that embarrassing, because you know Richie embarrassing motherfucker. I mean, when you said block, just catch your shit. Yeah, he used to catch your shit. You know what I'm saying? So now it was never one of those, yo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie and say he never blocked my shot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know I was inches and dunking on his ass one time though.
That's funny. Hold on. They asked me to ask you questions. Ask him and what Sam Worthy. Okay, so they want to know about Sam Worthy. Like, how important
man,
was
listen,
he?
let me tell you something, man. When I got with Sam, you know what I'm saying, for all the joy he was playing with Pookie's, like Sam just took me to another level. He just showed me how to play with flow and non-energy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just how to be, it just got so much smarter. The game got so much easier, slowed so much down. Sam, my man, like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, when you hang out with Sam, you hanging out with greatness, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I always can say, like, when people don't think you could be somebody's greater than thou, you know what I'm saying? But Sam was one of those type of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with Sam, he takes it to different levels, man. If you ever hear anybody say something bad about Sam, watch that motherfucker. Something's wrong with him.
That's deep. And yo, I did this in a minute with my guests. You know, 90% of the guests that come on the show, me and Duke nicknamed them their nicknames. Do you remember when we rebirthed you and gave you the nickname of the Terminator? Do you remember what game that was, or what happened, or how many games you had to play before you was reborn?
Nah, I remember one time motherfuckers called me Baby Hawk or some shit. And then I don't know. I know D-Mac called me the Terminator. Then the next thing we was playing somewhere. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? It was like the Terminator is like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But because, you know, shit. I mean, at that point, we was already kind of, you know what I'm saying? We was just playing. Me and Poop, like I said, we was hungry and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, you know, it was just our time. That's the motherfucking produce show.
No doubt. And the crazy shit is you keep talking about D-Mac. Like I had D-Mac on the show. And D-Mac, in my opinion, is definitely one of the greatest that played out there in the short time that he played. You know, he told us about his story, the mishaps, you know, when he went overseas and it didn't happen for him. But what was it like playing with him? Because, yo, we used to call him Mr. Excitement. Like, do you remember playing with D-Mac?
Hey, listen. Me and D-Mac got along. Listen, I was over in Australia and I was visiting with D-Mac. We was hanging out, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know, and, yo, listen, me and D-Mac got a long history, man. I love that brother, yo. And it's like, yo, playing with him because, like I said, like, I would play with Pookie, and then D-Mac, we would hook up and we would play with, what's my man named Ronnie. Remember Ronnie had the team in Rucker? The Unlimited team, Ronnie, right. You know what I'm saying? He had the team. He had most of the guys from over there from, what's the name? Esplanade Gardens and all that shit, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So we was playing, and me and D-Mac, we was killing them in that motherfucker, yo. We played a couple, like 3 years probably together. You know what I'm saying? So me and D-Mac got to play together. And actually, when I got down with Chick, he was already down. You know what I'm saying? And then with Chick would have, you know what I'm saying, like Wendell Ramsey and all them playing and shit. And then when shit would get tagged, he started putting like me, Pookie, and D-Mac, and we'd get in and start motherfucking trapping and blowing motherfuckers out. So shit, big disrespect for D-Mac. That's my dude, dog. You know what I'm saying? Me and D-Mac go, yeah, that's my dude right there. Hell yeah. Shit.
That's a good story. Like I said, it's still coming in. They asked me, ask him what about drinking 40s at halftime. And you toss it what up. That's funny. Yeah. They want to know about
Valentine. Ain't no Valentine all the time, dog. Huh? Valentine all the time, yo. That's what I drink, man.
Yo, I know you and Duke got along real good because Duke used to do the same shit at halftime. He run in the back of the park by the house.
Yo. Nah, listen, let me say something to you because the nigga put Duke on because, listen, it used to be games, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, dudes wasn't emceeing the games all the time, 45th Street, stuff like that. They wasn't doing that. Entertainers was doing stuff like that, but everybody else wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So we used to be up there in Chick Tournament on 145th Street and shit like that. And we'd be in the Bronx somewhere. And niggas might have a system, but they had it on bullhorn. They wanted somebody to be on. And Duke was there. I mean, Pookie used to be like, yo, put Duke on. You know what I'm saying? Duke know what time it is with that one, dog. Nigga put Duke on, dog. He know that. Duke know that, nigga. He asked that nigga.
Because, I mean, honestly, I actually discovered Duke at 45th Street Park during Chick Tournament.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, nigga. We was playing Chick joint, and It was, listen, and who was playing the chick joint? Us. So, just think about it. When it was our game, you know, our chick was, he brought up all the stuff in his game. Who was playing with chick? I'm saying, that's how you find the nigga. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Duke know time is, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Duke,
you know what I'm saying?
Duke told me a lot of different stories. Like, okay, I didn't play in chicks tournament, but, you know, it was a neighborhood thing. I was getting money back then. But
you're lucky.
Chick saved my life.
You heard me?
Like I said.
You said you ain't playing?
Now, say it again?
You said you ain't playing? You said you ain't playing chick tournament?
Nah, yeah, I didn't play chick tournament.
I said you was lucky. You lucky.
Oh, you said I was lucky.
Because you'd have played against me.
Yeah. I used to do the thing, man. But like I said, my life, like, it was funny. You know, I was confused. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But like I said, with that hip hop shit, we started the tournament. I went down to chick tournament to see the game. Actually, it was that big game. All I'm gonna say was chick and that big bet game with W Dick. You know who I'm talking about. And that, you remember that game? Him and Wayne.
You talking about the Queens kids? The kids from Queens? You talking about the kids from Queens?
Matter of fact, it was that game. It was that game because Duke held the money, if I'm not mistaken. That was a crazy game.
No, that was another crazy one.
It was a couple of joints out there, man. When you know, the money games was something else, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I always say it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Chick saved my life. I could have been. I wouldn't even be on this joint right now because, like I said, that street influence. You know what I'm saying? You see the big cars pulling up in your block, and you know you want to be part of that. You know, but through hip hop, you know, I was blessed and and entertained. And then so it's just crazy.
And that was the word of mouth game that night too, right?
Yeah.
There was no cell phones, that shit. That was beeper codes or some shit because that shit turned out to be crazy, yo.
Yeah,
that part. The 40 chick tournament was crazy too, man. It was like, it was
people
with
talk
39
about,
it was off the hell.
They talk about the King Dome, but before King Dome, as we played in King Towers. Right, but 45th Street and Lenox Avenue, Chick All-Star Tournament was
King Towers was a bad motherfucker too, though, yo.
Yes, sir.
Nigel Wallace, Billy Goodwin, and them motherfuckers back down there, you know what I'm saying? Super Kid and all them, man. Come on, man. And Sam was killing me. Listen, I remember I was down there, I was fucking with Turtle. We played, I had maybe a junior, a senior game or whatever, some shit. So we came to the park, you know what I'm saying, down there, and everybody had their section. But Sam Worthington had like the VIP section, yo. I was like, Sam's that dude, dog, for real. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And he had a following, yo. Like Artie Green had a following 39th Street. Shit, you know what I'm saying? And be able to say, and I ain't gonna lie, man, just, you know, be able to be hang out. I'm just saying names and stuff, but these guys, man, that, you know what I'm saying, I got the opportunity to hang out with, you know what I'm saying, that growing up, that, you know what I'm saying, it was like those are guys that you knew was like when you played against, you had to bring it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, to be having the opportunity and for everybody to be able to hang and be healthy and still be able to hang out is real cool, man. New York, you know what I'm saying, New York City street basketball is real big. It's a big community, man. It can help, you know what I'm saying, out a lot of ways, yo.
No doubt. And when people like ask me about when you what was the most embarrassing moment that you ever played street ball, and it's King Towers is the first time I played against Steve Burke, and I never forgot a turn. I went to jump for the rebound and just knew, like my hand came down like I had the ball. Steve Burke must have went up like 7 flights high and snatched the rebound. And like, that was one of the, oh my God, like one of those games, like here it is, it's 40, 50 years later. And I'm talking about that game, man. Like Steve Burke was another all day. Like he's another one, man.
Nah, listen, I played, Steve was like, yo, on the real, Steve was my idol when I was playing, man. It's just, I was playing like with him at biddies and shit. Steve stuck a motherfucker head and the ball to the backboard in minor league in Stone Gym. You know what I'm saying? He stuck both of them shits. And I was like, this shit like, oh shit, nigga came down, the big doohickey and shit. I was like, oh shit, look at this shit here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little young nigga from the Bronx. Me and Mike Boogie was the youngest. Mike, oh God damn it. We used to motherfucking play at halftime. It was super bitty. You know what I'm saying? And the regular time was bitty. So at halftime, me and Mike would get our points and shit. So we fuck around and go home with like 10 and 8 and all that. But what it was in that little intermission at halftime, we scored all our points. You know what I'm saying? It all just counted. You know what I'm saying? But Steve was a motherfucker, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you said Stone Jim, man. Stone Jim was too
Man,
small
it's
for me.
Stone Jim. Hey, somebody can get this Stone. And I remember intercession. You know what I'm saying? Man, I remember Mr. Page and them, new breed and them too. Man, it's like, yeah, I remember back in the day, man. Dykeman, you know, Mr. Couch and them USV Kings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the old rucker days.
No doubt. But Turn, yo, we winding down. I just need you, like I asked everybody else on my show, I need you just to say something positive, give a message to the young kids out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important to me just as well as it is to them. So in a few words, just, give me a little message to send out to the kids.
Yo, what I would say is, man, listen, keep your nose clean, man. Try to get involved with any, extracurricular activities that's positive, you know what I'm saying? Because idle time, you know what I'm saying, messes with your mind, and it just, creates bad things, bad habits. When you have nothing to do positive, you do things, mischievous and get in trouble. So just definitely do that, you know what I'm saying? Always make sure, you get, you go to school to learn, everything that you learn, might not, always be the right way. So you read between the lines, but make sure you learn it anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't just break down something if you don't know what they're talking about.
Wow. Oh, okay. One more question before I wind it up. They want to know how many chips have you won in tournaments?
Well, basically like this. If I played in a tournament,
if I played, you won chips in?
Well, basically, if I played in a tournament more than 2 times, I won the chip. You know what I'm saying? And EVC, I won, I think, like 9, you know what I'm saying? And Gun Hill, like 8, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anywhere I played, you know what I'm saying? West 4th Street, I got probably about 2 or something. Anywhere I played, if I played more than 2 times, I won the championship in that tournament. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically, that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And see, that's when that word legend come in. You didn't just say 155. You didn't just say West 4th Street. You didn't just say, you understand? You went to a variety of different tournaments and you won the chip. And that officially makes you a legend because you went there, you did damage. You might have had 40, you might have had 30, you might have had 20. But you participated more than just one tournament. See, a lot of guys use that name.
I would say like this, man. Everybody knows that. It got to a point, like, if I played, I just got 40, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I was going to get 40 points, you know what I'm saying? That was nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I got more than 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's stuff like some people might get it twisted, you know what I'm saying? Thinking like, whatever, but the street, the record in the street is 107 points, you know what I'm saying? And that's me, you know what I'm saying?
But,
you know what I'm saying?
The
record
in
BRC is 80.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? Huh? The record in
what was
BRC
the highest
is 86.
you ever hit? What was the highest I ever hit?
No, all right, I hit 107 in 1 game, but the highest I ever hit was in 2 games. I had 82 behind Harlem Hospital, and then, you know what I'm saying, I was hanging in the hallway getting high and shit, you know what I'm saying, and the cops caught us, and I had Mosey Tiger bags and shit. So the cops were like, yo, you got Mosey Tiger bags, yo, you play with Mosey. Wait till I see Mosley, and, fuck that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to tell them about you, and I was like, oh, shit, and Mosey and them was playing against Queens in the All-Star game. So I left after the cops called me. I was like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm going to play. You know what I'm saying? And Pookie's like, nah, I'm chilling. I was like, nah, I'm going to play. So I went and played and got 50 and a half. So I got like 132 points that day, you know what I'm saying, in a game and a half. You know what I'm saying? We was playing against Boo Harvey, Derek Cheevers, and the motherfuckers in 39th Street. You know what I'm saying? After I just finished getting 82 up the block.
Hey, yo, you know what's so funny? If I didn't know this, you know what I'm saying, I would think you front, but this is the Terminator. Listen, everybody, listen. Did you hear what this man just said? 107 points. He totaled it up to 132 points. Come on, man. That's like unheard of. But this is what happened in Harlem Street basketball, man. And Turn, I deeply appreciate you, man, for coming out on the show. And, we'll be reaching out to you because, like, I got you on interviews for the documentary, but we got to update everything, man. So, Turn, I deeply appreciate you coming out. tell Hazel and the rest of the kids I said what's up, and thanks, Turn.
Nah, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, yo. And peace to everybody, man. Much love. Stay safe, all right? All right, my man. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
All right, be
All
safe.
right, peace.
Yes, sir.
And like I said to everybody, we was going back to back, back to back, back to back. First of all, I just want to thank my special guest today, Fat Joe in the earlier show, and Terminator just now. Tomorrow, I'll be back with my partner, Duke Tango, on the Tango and Cash show, The Takeover. That's when Duke comes up with different topics, and he talk about different things. You know, he keep it positive. We definitely talk about basketball, but before we get to basketball, we talk about things that's happening now. And I just want to thank, you know, my partners for helping me put this show together. Shout out to They Still Got It. Shout out to PL Sweets. Shout out to everybody. OG, shout out to Fat Joe and everybody that supports the new Team Cash Machine. That's what I said. You heard it first. It's one man, 7 stories, but my team name is Team Cash Machine. And look out for us and look out for the documentary. So we be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then we be back here Friday. Y'all going to be surprised Friday who we going to have on here. We're going to start the advertisement for that tomorrow. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Team Cash Machine, the big